Hey guys, Daniel James here, and firstly, let me start off by apologising for the lack of videos recently. I have been extremely busy, and I'm actually going to continue to be so for the next few weeks. So I thought I'd slip in a little video to keep you all going and whatnot. So what I'd like to do today is take a look at East-West Quantum Leap Spaces. Now this is East-West's convolution reverb plugin. And so what I did is I downloaded the 10-day trial from their website. I thought I'd try it out and show you guys what I think of it. And yeah, so let's jump in. So what I've done here, I'm not. This video is going to be a little bit different from my other ones. I haven't prepared a track or anything. I thought it'd be better to just go through a few sounds and take a listen, because that's the only way you can really check out a reverb. If I was to just play a track, it'd be all over the place. So what I've done is I've loaded the Vienna Concert Grand from Complete 7, and I've turned the reverb, built-in reverb off, so it sounds like this at the minute. So it's a nice sound, but it's very, very dry. And I apologise now for my piano playing. I'm not a piano player. So yeah, let's just take a look. So this is the front panel. It's very simplistic, which for some people is a big gain, for some people it's a minus. Strangely enough, I actually quite like it being simplistic. I have an algorithmic reverb called Arts Acoustic, which looks like this, which has got lots of things you can tweak, so you can build a room and you can make crazy special effects. But for some people that's too much, perhaps. And for those types of people, you've got something like this, which is very simplistic, very easy to control. You know how much dry you want, how much of the reverb you want, and then how much pre-delay. So it's very easy to get your hands on, to get to grips with. So you don't have to think about much. And then when you've got something like that, you're at risk of a big downfall, and that's you've got to have the sounds. You've got to have the good sounding reverb. And yeah, so let's judge if we think it's good. So if I play a little dry piece. And then turn it on and we'll have a listen. Now instantly that sound was very lush. You get a sense of an actual room, which is very important for a reverb, obviously, because that's what they're trying to emulate. My first impression of this reverb when I actually started using it, I'm extremely impressed. And hence my stutter, because I don't even know what I want to say, because it's actually really good. One of the things that I find lacks in some reverbs is when you play high notes, you almost lose the room that it's in, and it sounds like hissy. But the thing I'm liking about Quantum Leap Spaces is when you're playing up in the higher notes, you still keep that sense of a room. It gives you, it's hard to explain, it's like you feel the music a bit more. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's just got that very kind of nice sound. You can't see what I'm doing with my hand, but it's like one of those like Italian mafia things, like, it's very good. That wasn't an Italian accent. Anyway, so let's put it in a different room. The New York Piano Hall. Let's try something here. So these different times, I'm assuming, is how long the tail is. So let's pick a really long one, just for the sake of it. So yeah, as you can hear, it's got a very nice actual sound to it, which is very important. I mean, you can really put it in a room by dragging the dry back a bit. So you wouldn't do this very often, but you can dial it back to take some of the attack out, make it feel like it's actually back in the room. Or perhaps like a scene in a film where you want the music to feel really kind of airy, really dreamy, perhaps. So it's quite, you know, it's got that nice tone to it. Let me put it in something a bit different. So we've got offbeat locations. So swimming hall. I don't even know what this means, but I like it. Let's have a listen. Now this one's a bit more up front. I apologise for my playing. I'm not a piano player. I'm a make things up as you go along person. Okay, the SM concrete tank. Why not? You know, let's throw in a concrete tank. If we turn it off just for a bit of A/B. I mean, you can tell when you've got a reverb, you know, if you stop suddenly. So yeah, we've got a few sounds, and at the minute I'm just doing piano, but I'll move on to other ones in a second. So we've got some plates, planetary manifestations. My goodness, what is this? That's 16 second long. I like it. This is bound to be a special effect, but let's try. I'm disappointed. I expected more. Oh, I've got it switched off, that's why. Here we go. Oh goodness. Goodness. I normally find special effects ones like this, maybe not that long, but I mean, if you've got something that's a bit shorter, let me find something that's a bit, not that short, maybe something that's like 4.8 seconds, that sounds good. No, I need something longer. Let me put it in a church, why not? LA Cathedral, 6 seconds, that sounds good. Oh, if you get that boom, that means it's still loading in. Boom. Okay, that one's got way too much delay, so I'm going to put it in a concert hall. Let's put it in, set this thing. Let's go with the full orchestral sound. Normally I find, I mean, let me just put an arpeggiator on it, just because I can't play this quick, and if the computer can do it, I'll just use the computer. So I mean, like, if you've got like a fast passage, it's like, helps if you turn the arpeggiator on, you know. But here we go. You know, like when you've got something like that, reverb really helps. I mean, like if you wanted to put it under an instrument, you know. I mean, like normally you'd want to play that in, but I don't have the skills and don't want to embarrass myself quite that much just this moment. So that's a nice sound. So let's put it back in that LA hall. That was my favourite one. Was it the LA hall? The LA piano hall. So let's put it in one of these. Why not? I'm not a piano player. Ugh, I wish I could play piano properly. But anyway, so yeah, that's a nice piano sound. So what I want to do now is take a listen to some strings. So I've loaded up the string ensemble sustain from Synthphobia, as always, because it's my favourite. And at the minute we've got a Quantum Leap off. So I mean, if I was to just like hold a, You know, it's a lovely sound, but let's put it in a room. So at the minute I've got the San Francisco hall loaded up, and on this front panel it shows you what microphones, preamps, all the information you'd want to know. And of course Nick Phoenix is on everyone, I think. You should have just put his name here, by Nick Phoenix. I think we would have appreciated it. But anyway, let's whack this on and see if it changes the sound. So now let's see if it, I mean, like, this is for you to judge. I personally have my own opinion, but let's see if it makes that feel like it's in a real space. Here we go. Now I quite like it. Bypass. Oh, that's a lot better. You see, I've got headphones on, so I could hear that wet signal, but let's try it again. Oh, now that sounds like it's in a room. So let me just show that again. Of course, I always have to fail once or twice in my videos for you to appreciate how clumsy I can be. So this is with it off. And this is with it on. So the sound kind of speaks for itself. You know, it's got really good sound. This is, I mean, I used to use convolution reverb, and I remember it being good. But it's hard to explain, but it's just kind of, you can feel the music. I mentioned that earlier. You know, you can kind of feel the room, which is a strange experience for someone like me who's been on algorithmic for so long. So let's take a listen to a different hall. What am I in? I'm in San Francisco at the minute. So let's go to California, Southern California. You see, let's go with the full orchestral. I'm moving around the world, so here we go. Try that last note with it off. With it back on. Of course, I can, like, say perhaps you've got something like LA scoring strings, which by design is very very dry. If I turn it off, you've got a turn it on. And you've instantly got a bit of room. And I believe it's actually got instrument sections, so instrument specific sections. So let's put it with a violin, cello, double bass. Let's try this. Let's go with the longer one, the front. Yeah, let's go with the front mics. I believe FR means the front and R means the rear. So let's try the front mics. Let me turn the dry signal. So that's what it's adding to the sound. So if I just turn this up a little bit. let me try putting it in a different room. Let's put it in the taiko hall, just because you're not meant to, and I feel like breaking a rule. That's actually quite nice. It adds like an overtone of air in the room. Let me turn that up. And it's quite nice. I mean, if you turn the dry signal down, you could probably like imagine it being played on a mountain top. That's a trick of reverb, by the way. If you take the dry signal out, you can make things a bit more dreamy. So let's try whacking it in the Northwest Orchestral Hall. I like the look of this. So we've taken a listen to a few of these. Let me put it back to what did I even have it on? I didn't have it on that. I had it on that. So let's put the Symphobia back in. And okay, so now let's take a look at maybe something a bit more brass. So what I've loaded up here is the Cine Brass horn, which is actually recorded on the Sony scoring stage. So it's already got a certain kind of air to the actual recording already. But I mean, there's nothing to stop you throwing a reverb on top of that. I've picked the same hall, the San Francisco. And you get that extra little bit of air, you know? That's why when you have legato instruments, don't leave a finger on a key, because you get this. Anyway, so that sounds brilliant. So what I'll try doing now, let's try putting a few together. So we've got our piano, we've got a brass, and we've got strings. So let's just do something. We'll do it live. Let's do it live. Okay, let's try something live. I'll say now, I will probably mess up. I've got nothing planned, so I'm making this up as I go along. So try and enjoy the reverb, and let's see what it sounds like. Meh. It's all right. I mean, I wasn't doing it justice there, but the reverb there really made it. To me, I mean, I'm wearing headphones right now, and I imagine it sounds even more spacious when you're on speakers. But the sound of the reverb is spot on. I mean, if you want something really really simplistic that just does the sound, then it's definitely worth looking into. I mean, like I say, I sometimes prefer the extra features you get with an algorithmic, where you can adjust the room to match. But if you want something simple with, with the right sound, then this definitely looks like the way to go. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you, I hope you found it useful. If not useful, enjoyable. If you didn't, I'm sorry if I wasted your time. I tend to do that a lot, and I ramble a lot, but. I hope you at least got to hear some of the sounds. So yeah, I shall catch you all later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.